Do you live in Canada and have a 2021 or newer Jeep Wrangler or Gladiator and really want to have the option of turning your lights to the off position? Well, today I'll show you what I figured out, and hopefully it'll help you resolve your problem. So depending on which generation of Wrangler or Gladiator you have, you're going to either have one or two dials on the right hand side of this panel. So I'll post up the part numbers for both. If you have a 23 and up, you'll end up using the one I have in my hand. 21 to 22 will be a little bit different. I'll post a photo. It'll also have a dial in the middle for your ambient controls. Big difference between the JL and the JT is the button here. The JT will also have a bottom button for the light controls in the back. And how do you change this? Honestly, it is child's play. Future Eric chiming in. Getting this to work was a little bit more effort than I thought. One of the easiest things when you're changing a part is to look at the new one to have an idea how it goes in. So this one has two pressure clips at the top, two pressure clips at the bottom. So if you don't have a plastic trim remover, they're available at a bunch of places. This kit I got from Princess Auto a long time ago. So then you literally just lift at the edges, and depending on which edge you start, you should be able to pop. If you do this with a flathead screwdriver, you're just going to damage your nice new dash. Oh, look at that. Looks like I'm just popping this one apart. All right, clip that back in once it's all the way out. So now it should be a little bit easier to get in there. Maybe not. So the big issue here is just getting these pressure clips to release. And that's what you're hearing click every once in a while. So I've got 3 of them out. I just got to get the bottom one out here, and the whole assembly will slide it. Oh. Ho ho ho. Wow. And now there's a little red clip. Normally you pull these up, unclip, and you can see how much I struggled with that one right there. And that's back in one piece. After all that struggle, make sure you pick up the correct switch. Click it back in, make sure that the red switch slides down. Maybe test all your positions before. So after clicking in the switch, I'm getting some really weird behavior. If I turn it all the way to the side, it tells me that the lights are on. Then when I turn it to parking lights, the headlights turn on. And when I go to headlights, they turn off almost like they're in auto mode. And that auto mode does nothing. You definitely need to use JScan to be able to program change a few settings within the computer, especially for this 2026. So I'll show a little video of what I had to change in JScan. What I found easiest was to do a search for the country code, as well as do a search for the enabling the parking lights being switched off. Those 2 settings are pretty straightforward to do as long as you have access to JScan. Very inexpensive tool, very easy to connect with a dongle. The hardest part is actually getting the cable connected into the gateway. So what's really important, I'll show a video. I actually bought an extension, and what's important is this little clip. That's the release clip. And of course, on the box I'm going to show, the clip is at the back. So you have to find a way to push down on the clip and pull down on the OEM harness, which is here. You can't get them mixed up. The smaller of the two is 8-pin, the other one is 12. So there's only one way to connect them. And this is a bypass cable. If you connect the dongle into the normal OBD2 port, it'll be fine for diagnostics, but you can't write any code. So to remove this trim piece, you literally pull from the bottom. There's going to be some stronger pressure clips at the bottom and two more a little bit higher up. So make sure that your vehicle is nice and warm so you're not cracking any of that plastic, and that'll give you a little bit of access to where these wires are connected. So it's really important. There is the OEM OBD2 port, and up here where the two ports are open, that's where I disconnected them. So again, I'll use a little arrow on the video to show where that release clip is, but you have to press that and pull it out. Now you can see the extension cable's plugged in, which means that in the future I won't have to take the trim off to unplug and connect the JScan. And now in the future, all I have to do is reach in here, pull out these two cables, and I can unplug them and do what I got to do with JScan for any future diagnostics or tweaks to the settings. So now I can go from everything off, parking lights, and auto. So now whenever I'm on a trail run or something like that, I can make sure that everything stays off and I don't end up having lights flickering on and off the whole way through the trail. Thanks for watching.